David?
Mm-hmm.
We are recording.
Awesome.
This is episode 7, game 3 of our ZvP with Stoic. It'll be very intimate. You ready?
I like how you mixed that up there.
Okay.
Alright, 41 seconds.
We are in game. Fucked it up already because I showed them where the Protoss was, but I don't think that'll matter. Starting at 41 seconds because nothing happens in the first 41 seconds anyway.
I love that number. We calculated this time. 41 is the perfect number.
Yeah, I think we should always, because you're never going to do anything unless you're, well, even if you're 10 pooling, you won't know until after 41 seconds.
That's true. Look at the minerals. 55, 55, 9 of 10, 9 of 10.
I've got, you have 60.
Damn it. You're ahead of me, but you're still ahead of me.
Yeah, okay, let's get her going.
Whatever.
3, 2, 1, play.
Going.
Well, give us a little preview of what's your plan here.
Well, on this map, once again, Protoss most likely will cannon expand. So I want to be doing a 14 or 15 pool and then trying to get my expansion as fast as I can. And then a third opening with no gas. I'm not too sure, but I think this game I'm going to be doing a very, very slow tech style. So if I do that, then I'll discuss why. And if not, then I'll discuss why. So at this point, I'm just going up to about 14. I should be 14 pooling here. It's the most safe, just in case. 15 is way too risky. As we saw in the previous VOD, it's just not worth it to get cheesed and then to barely win. Or lose terribly. So this is going to be a 14 pool. I'm basically just waiting to see his probe. Okay, so I see it now. I just want to make sure everything's normal. So this seems normal so far. Usually if someone's 3-gate expanding, they're going to scout a little bit later because they don't really care if you 6-pool them. So this early scout makes me feel pretty safe. I think he's going to be cannon expanding or Nexus first expanding. Either or, it's fine. So at this point, I'm just going up to 15, and usually I send out a drone just to see if he can mess up. But I think I've played this person before, and so basically what I'm doing here is I know that if I send the drone down there, he will not mess up the micro, and he will not allow me to put my hatch down. So I'm just trying to send my drone in this weird location right here in hopes that he might kind of find it weird that I didn't send the drone down, and then if he goes back up to my base, then I instantly go down, and then I can sneak a hatch like that. But unfortunately for me, it did not work, so I'm just going down now, because even if he builds a pylon, my lings will be able to kill it before it goes up. So, as we see here, he's going to build that pylon, but he's going to have to cancel it, because my lings have popped out now. So, okay, so I'm going to be placing this hatch down, and then I'm going to use these lings to kind of scout the entire map, make sure there's no proxy pylons. The most dangerous location for a proxy pylon here is the bottom, the southern ledge. That's going to be on top of my third base that I'm going to take. So I kind of double counter that by putting my overlord, as you can see, my second overlord, I put it right on top of that location, just in case my Zergling misses it, and he puts
I always
pylon
do
there.
that too. I started doing that too, because every time I take my third, it gets built, and then there's goddamn cannons up there.
Yeah, exactly.
Protoss scum move.
You never want that to happen. So not only that, I'm even leaving a ling there, so even if he tries to send a probe there at a later time, I'll be able to catch it. So, yeah, I'm just scouting with that ling. Alright, so connecting your main base and your second base with creep initially is very, very important. You don't have enough minerals to spend 2 larva injects anyways, so you may as well invest into the larva. Alright, so at this point there are various things you can do. I believe there are 3 main timings on taking your first 2 gases when you open like this. We can use this time to kind of discuss them because not much is happening at this point. The first timing is at about 36. What that will allow you to do is it will allow you to time your layer tech very similar to opening 1414. So if you wanted to tech at about the 7-minute mark, you will have enough gas to tech and get Zergling speed fairly quickly after that. So that's usually very useful if you want to get quick mutas, if you want to rush to Hydralisks, if you want to rush to Baneling drops, something like that. but it's not as economical. So the third base then, because you're getting your gas so early, since you lose those 6 drones, your third base becomes more of a macro hatch instead of a actual third base, just because you have so little drones. The second timing is at about 41, where you start taking your 2 gases at 41 food, roughly. 41 is kind of midway. Well, obviously it is the midway of the three gas timings. And what it will allow you to do is it will allow you to comfortably build enough roaches to stop zealot pressures or maybe weird 4 or 5 gates or even 7 gates while still on tier 1, because the earliness of your gas will allow you to have zergling speed at about the time that an attack will come, and it will allow you to build roaches as well.
So you've timed your roach horn. As soon as your geysers came up, you started mining. You dropped your roach horn. You're spending your first 100 on speed?
Yes, always. No, I think this game what I did was I gassed at 50, which is the last timing and the most greedy timing. Now the thing with doing 50 here is you will have a lot more drones than the other 2, but you are a lot more susceptible to losing to any kind of attack, just because your zergling speed will be later and your roaches will be later. So this is why I leave these bunch of lings straight in front of his base, and every once in a while you're going to see me send a ling up as a scout, as a sacrifice scout, because I want to make 100% sure I know exactly what he's doing. If I have to build units, then I need to start droning here. So as you can see, my drone saturation is pretty excellent, because I took my gases way so late. Now I'm starting to build my roaches. As you can see, because he hasn't touched me up to that point, I'm able to build so many roaches at once, and my econ is going to be so good. So this little pressure here, see, if you gassed at 41, then these roaches would have already been out. But there is a payoff. My econ is going to be a lot higher, so as far as how this game is going, it's going fairly well. I opened fairly greedy economically, and it seems like I'm going to be able to get away with it. So as you can see, I have so much production value right now. I can just build 10 drones behind this and I'm going to be okay. So, alright, so as you can...
Did you send an overlord into his base and I missed it?
The very first one went straight to his base.
So you still don't know what his tech is?
No. But I do know that he added those gates, so that's a very big key tell. Another big key tell is I didn't see him add the additional 3rd and 4th
This layer is really late. Are you worried about anything at this point?
Yeah, so this is a style that I play quite a bit when I layer tech super slow like this. As you can see, my drone count will be able to hit 70 very quickly. I just have so much production value at this point. But the trade-off will be I'm not going to have any tech to fend off fights, and another disadvantage is I will not have tech in order to put pressure onto him. So you have to kind of use what you have, even though they're very low-tech units, as best as you can. So here's how I kind of look at the situation. I know that if he attacks me within the next 2 minutes with some kind of a big colossus or a mortal ball, I'm not going to be able to rely on mutas or hydras or baneling drops, etc., because my tech would just be too late. So what I do is I put down this baneling nest as kind of a safety, so that if he attacks me, what I will do is, because my production value will be so high, I'll remax so ridiculously fast on a bunch of low-tech, useless units. But because they are in such high numbers, if I turn my 50 Zerglings into like 30 Banelings or 40 Banelings, and he decides to 2-base all in me, I can hope that just sheer numbers will be able to kill him. He's doing very standard style. He's opening into Colossus tech and taking his 3rd. So this gives me time to kind of take into effect my my really good saturation on 3 bases here. So I'm putting on my Spire.
Hang on, let's sync up. I'm at 1220. Or sorry, the pause button didn't work. 1225.
Okay, one sec. And go. Okay, so at this point, what I'm doing is I'm pumping all of my resources into minerals. That's why I'm building so many lings at this point.
I see you're building fucking 8 overlords. Your macro's awesome.
No, that's fine, because I'm timing it for my Spire to finish, see?
Okay.
Yeah, so here I get a little lucky. You've got to block that off. Just trying to do as much as I can. I'm basically stalling time until I can build a huge number of a huge number of mutas. And the reason why you have to do this is because if you look at our armies right now, his army is significantly stronger than mine, and I have no spines. So if he were to actually attack me, then I would actually die. But one key thing to note about this game is a lot of people get into they make the mistake of thinking that defense means you have to be actually defending your base. But a big part of defense is just simply making it so that your opponent cannot attack you, right? That's that little concept of sometimes a good offense can be a good defense. So when you think about not dying at a certain point, don't always think about it as I have to build stationary defense or I have to defend an attack that he's about to hit me with. Just kind of think, what does he have at this point and what does he want to do, and what can I do to make him not be able to attack me because he's going to be uncomfortable. So in this case scenario, I saw that he wanted to take a third, but I also saw that he had very high tech because I spotted that first Colossus extremely early. So someone who's teching super hard but is expanding at the same time basically wants to create some kind of a death ball army. That's the reason why he has tech, and that's the reason why he's trying to get more econ instead of just attacking you. Because if he wanted to all-in me at that point, if he had the intent on attacking me, then he would have gone high-tech, but he would have stayed on lower bases, so he could have built more units. So if that happened, I probably would have had to build a lot of spines or a lot of banelings or something, because he probably had the intent on killing me. But as it is, he wanted to be defensive and he wanted to take an additional base, so in order to stall for my mutas to come out, I didn't have to build spines. All I had to do was just be aggressive and actually attack him. Because even if I had less units than he had, because his entire game plan would be to secure this third with high-tech units, he would naturally feel inclined to defend. So, and that's exactly what happened in this game, which gave me the timing. So at this point, it's going to turn into a really scrappy base race. I'm putting down hatcheries all over the map, just to be able to spread his units as much as I possibly can. And what you want to do here is whenever you make mutas, you want to rally point them in a way where they don't go into the army. Obviously when you're building Zerglings, it's a little bit more difficult. But when you're building the mutas, just rally point them into the outermost rims of the map, so that when they pop, you can safely return them to your original flock of mutas and not run them into his army. So as you can see, I'm just putting hatcheries in every single location possible, forcing him into a very awkward base race. If he wants to actually kill me, he's going to have to stretch his army across the map. So at this point I see that he's building a nexus, so all I'm doing here is maneuvering to try to catch him off guard. I tried to kind of snipe it there, but he kind of felt it was coming, so he put his army back. At this point I'm just going to, I know that his main base is going to die here, because there's no way he can stretch his army across the map. So what I want to do at this point is try to find a window where I kill off units for free, or that I can snipe that nexus super fast and just end the game. So at this point I'm going to spend all my resources into building spines at that location, because I know now that if that nexus does potentially go up, just because his army is quite strong, then I actually can win this game because I actually have a mining base. So I'm just trying to build those spines as fast as I can. But he sees those spines and instantly panics and tries to kill them. Unfortunately for him, that kind of gives me the opportunity to cancel his nexus here. So that was kind of a smart move on my part. I mean, he had to choose, because I was building so many spines. If he let those spines go up, there's no way he can actually win the game anymore, because then I have an actual mining base. And if he didn't let those spines go up, then he would have to go attack, and that's exactly what he did. And as a result, he lost that nexus, so it's really good for me. Yeah, so as you can see, those spine crawlers are just causing him so much trouble. Just so much trouble. And as I can see, he's guarding those with only zealots, so I'm probably going to send my mutas over. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to send my mutas over and see what I can do. I think he's going to make a mistake here of leaving his Colossus there. I don't know why he's leaving his Colossus there. He's just not handling this very well. Oh, nope, he's bringing his units back. Okay, so actually he doesn't even have a lot of stalkers anymore, so this is actually really easy for me at this point. I even think I might be able to actually fight him, but I don't think I'm going to take that chance. I'm in a pretty good spot right now. I don't want to lose for no reason. So just picking off as much as I can, getting a nice number of the zealots. That's going to help largely when I start using my lings. And I can kind of already tell I should be able to clean this up fairly easily. If I did a straight up fight, I probably would win, just because he doesn't have enough stalkers, and he's in a very awkward situation right now, because I actually have a mining base, so he actually does have to kill me.
He lost his probe too.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's gonna lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can target fire that, no problem now.
Yep.
GG, bro. Oh, that's crazy. How to base race.
Yeah. That was fun.
I think you probably could have taken his army anyway.
Yeah, I just didn't want to risk it. If
yeah,
I
there's no point. You don't need to.
Yeah. Like I said, he had to kill me eventually because I actually had a mining base.
Yeah.
Like, those spine crawlers really hurt his army.
Okay.